I recently went on a $300 shopping spree here in China, and I want to find out with you, was it worth it or is it an absolute disaster? So I've been living in China for the past 1.5 years, and if you haven't heard of it before, here we have something called Taobao. It's an online shopping platform that it's basically huge. It has absolutely everything that you could ever need or think of. And I have to admit that I've actually been quite hesitant to use it all that much when it comes to clothing items, accessories, and the lot, because for one, I overthink things, and also because I just worry about, the quality of things, what is actually going to arrive, then having to worry about the process of, sending things back if something doesn't work out. But two things have recently changed for me, and I've taken basically the plunge and went shopping for all these things that you see here. So number one, I recently found a feature on my phone that allows me to translate everything on the screen. Previously, I basically just had to screenshot everything because obviously the app is in Chinese. I had to screenshot everything that I wanted to read and then move on to my translating app and translate it. So you can imagine it's a massive job. And if you're wanting to buy something and you're wanting to read reviews, it can take you absolute hours to try and figure that out. And there's so many items on there. So anyways, you can spend hours doing this, but with this new feature, it's now just taken me a few simple minutes. And number two, I actually got a membership for Taobao, so it's 88 RMB for the year, and it basically allows me to return things for free. So if I try something on and it doesn't fit or I don't like it, I can just send it straight back. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to go through every single item. I haven't actually tried them on yet, so I'm going to try them on with you here, basically real life, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion on what the item is like. I'm going to tell you how much it is, and yeah, let's go from there. So let's start with item number one. Let's just pick this one here. So I have opened the packet so that I could actually see what is inside, and so that I could get the cost of the item ready for you, and also to make sure that everything's actually arrived. All right, so number one is this blouse, and I have to admit I was actually a little bit nervous with this one. I thought this is going to be a hit and miss. The reason being is that it cost me only 56 RMB. And here we go. So this is kind of like a going out top. I'm actually going away to Australia in a few days, and so I just needed some new items to spruce up my wardrobe because, like I said, I haven't really been shopping that much here for clothing. And yeah, I can definitely see that it's a cheap item. So we've got a lot of loose threads, and I can see that it's starting to come away a little bit here, so I might actually have to secure it before I wear it. Other than that, the pattern actually matches what I saw on Taobao, but let's just try it on. All right, and this is what it looks like. And I have to say that I actually quite like the look. It fits really well. So one of the tricky things with shopping on Taobao is the sizing. So oftentimes you can either, they'll give you the measurements and you can measure, or they'll tell you the weight and height for that particular item. The only issue that I could see is depending on what kind of underwear I'm wearing, maybe this might open. But other than that, I'm pretty much quite happy with this one. And I actually have a couple of items that I got to go with this outfit. So let's get them out. So this one here only costs 138 RMB. So we've got a fake leather jacket, and I think for the price, this actually looks really nice. So it doesn't have any smells. It's got some proper lining going in through the jacket, so it looks quite good. I think it has pockets as well. All right, let's try it on. And it's my very first time trying on something like this, so I figured let's take the plunge. Okay, and this is what it looks like. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. So I went with a size large, and the only thing that's getting my attention here are the sleeves. I think they could be perhaps a little bit thinner, but I think it's just the look, to be honest. I think it's meant to be baggy like this. If I had gotten a smaller size, perhaps it would have been too short, but there we go. And also, even though it's got pockets, they're in a really inconvenient place. I don't imagine that I'll be using those. So there you go. I think that looks quite nice. And let's get the next item that I got to go with this, and that's in this box here. This is a handbag for 59 RMB. Again, shocking price, I know. All right, so we've got an evening handbag, and I'm pretty happy with that. It feels really nice and soft. we've got the handle here, and there's a longer one as well that you can adjust it to. This is the lining inside. It's got a pocket. Okay, I think that's quite nice. It actually comes in other colors as well. There was a green one that I was eyeing as well. And the stitching, it all looks really, really good. So honestly, for the price, you can't go wrong with this one. I will definitely get that again. And there's another item here. All right, it comes with a tote bag as well. So there we go. Let's move on to the next item. Here we've got a long sleeve top for 130. Wow, that feels really soft. And this is what it looks like. I am loving the color. All right, let's try it on. All right, so this is what it looks like. And as I said, I love the color. And I went for a size large, and I think I perhaps could have gone a little bit smaller for a tighter fit, but I love the pattern here. But then again, if you go with a smaller size, then perhaps the sleeves won't be long enough and it might be a bit too short here as well. But other than that, I'm definitely keeping this. I think that looks really nice. Now let's get on to the next one. So I actually got a few more tops. We got 3 different items in this bag actually. We've got 2 long sleeve tops for 95 RMB, and we also have a pink cotton shirt for 74 RMB. Now this is an actual brand that I have bought items from before, and I've been happy previously, so I thought that I'll give some of their other items a go. All right, so here we go. So we've got 2 long sleeve tops. We've got a white one and a grey one. The first thing that I can notice with this one is that we've got a bunch of loose threads, so hopefully it doesn't mean that we've got any holes in there. And it did come with a little bit of a stain here as well, but that should come off in the wash. Okay, so quite similar to this one. And then we've got the grey one as well. Now I am curious about the actual sizing. We'll have to see how it actually fits. And the last item was this one here. And this is supposed to be an oversized cotton shirt, and it apparently has UV protection as well. So essentially it's just got this to go over tank tops, you know, just when you're going out and you want to protect yourself from the sun. So we'll give that a go. Here's the white one. And this is the grey one. And here's the shirt. Honestly, that feels quite nice. And I'm quite happy with the fit. It's nice and loose, and because it is cotton, I think it should be quite fresh as well in the summer. Now let's take a look at some of the accessories. We've got a couple of boxes here. Let's start with this one here. We've got a belt for 44 RMB. All right, so here we go. This is what it looks like. And the quality looks quite nice for the price. It's got good stitching, and I'm probably not wearing appropriate clothes to try it on right now, but there we go. So it's a thin belt, and I think it looks quite nice. And I actually got a couple of different ones as well to go with different jeans. These were 29 RMB each. And we've got a black belt and a tan belt, all kind of dark beige. So this looked quite nice as well. And what I like is that it actually came with a tool as well if I need to make any additional holes. So obviously at these prices, we're not looking at real leather. All right, now let's open this one here. I've actually been excited to fill it. As you can see, it's quite a thick package. And in here, we actually have a cardigan for 169. And this is supposed to be a woolen blend. So let's see how it goes. All right, and I got a size large as well. So here we go. Okay, that looks quite nice. Let's try it on. And I purposely went with a size large because I guess I was going for like a cozy look as well. So something, you know, slightly oversized, but I think it fits perfectly. And I really love the color as well. So that was a good purchase. All right, let's move on. Now let's do some of the shoes that I've got, and I have to say that buying shoes here in China has been a challenge. So when it comes to say summer wear, I usually just wear Birkenstocks because they are comfortable. I can walk for hours in them, and I don't really deviate much from that because I know that they're comfortable. But I have been wanting to buy sandals and new heels. The other issue here is that unfortunately the sizing doesn't really work in my favor. So I'm about a size 41 to 42 depending on the pair of shoes. And here sometimes sizes over 40 for boots or sandals just simply don't exist. It's really quite difficult. But I did find some that I actually liked. And let's look at the first pair. This was 77 RMB. And okay, so this was supposed to be a pair of sandals in a light green color, but as you can see, they've sent me the wrong color. So this is what the shoes look like. So they're just quite simple, basic sandals, but yeah, they sent me the wrong color, so I'll have to send this back. I've got another pair of sandals, and this one was a little bit more expensive. This was 198, and let's open them up together. All right, okay, they're extra packaged. Let's take them out. Okay, it is not the color that I was expecting. I expected them to be a little bit lighter. And this is what they look like. But they look quite well made, and I would presume that for the price that they should be. All right, and the sizing seems perfect actually. So I will have to see how this goes, if they're actually comfortable or not. As for the last pair of shoes, let's open this one now. This one was 99 RMB, and this is what the box looks like. It's quite pretty. And it's very well packaged. This is actually from the same store that I bought those other sandals from, the ones that were supposed to be green. So hopefully these are correct. All right, and here we go. Check these out. All right, I love these shoes. Okay, hopefully they fit okay. And I am quite surprised that they are from the same store, because these feel much better quality than the other ones. And it does also come with a few extras here. And I think these go at the back for your heels. And they got quite a sweet detail on the back as well. You can see the flower pattern there and a little detail there as well. So let's try them on. Okay, and here we go. I think the height of the heels is perfect. I haven't actually worn heels in a long time, so this should do just fine. All right, let's do another top. We're going to do this one here. So this is from Zara. So yes, you can shop from some of the big brands on Taobao as well. And out of all the packages, this is probably my favorite because it does come in, I guess, recyclable material or more environmentally friendly material. And this is a blouse, which was 180 RMB. Okay, there's really not much in there for 180 RMB. Okay, all right, it's a very thin top, so it's a crossover top. We're going to try it on and see how it feels. And this is what it looks like. My apologies in advance for the fireworks in the background if you can hear them. The Chinese New Year holiday is actually over here, but for some reason the fireworks are just going off again tonight, and it's been constant for the past, what, 12 days? But anyways, going back to the clothes. So I'm actually not too sure about this one. So out of all the items that I got so far, considering how much it cost, I love the color. It looks a little bit different to what it did in the picture though. And it's very thin, it's very light, maybe perfect for summer. I'm just a little bit worry that I'll be just pulling it down all the time, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this one. You just let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's open the next item. Let's move on to dresses. I think that's something exciting, and there's one that I just cannot wait to try. Let's start with this one here. So this one was 87 RMB. This is a cotton/linen blend dress. And it doesn't really say much when you first look at it. Let's try it on. And this is what it looks like. And I am really quite happy with these. I think between the material, the lightness of it, I think it will be perfect for the Chinese summer here in Hangzhou, which is really, really humid. I really quite love it. It's nice and loose and very breathable. And I'm trying them on with my new sandals as well. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. What else? Let's move on to the next item. Now I'm going to do a nightgown. This one was only 55 RMB, and as you can see, we're going with green again. The reviews from this shop were really great. They talked about the material being really nice, and yes, that feels like really nice soft cotton. I think there must be some sort of stretchy material in there as well, so a bit of a blend. And it actually has a built-in liner as well, so it's got pads as well. So you could actually get them without the pads as well if you didn't want it. Let's try it on. And this is what it looks like. So this is meant to be nightwear, but you could quite easily wear this outdoors. I don't think anyone would judge you here. And it does also have some pockets there as well. And this does come in a pink that I'm actually dying to get, but it was currently out of stock. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that one. So yeah, another thumbs up. Now let's move on to, I'm going to leave this dress for last, and I can't wait. Here we have another top for 63 RMB, so quite affordable, and it looks like a one with a size extra large. And again, we got another shade of green here. For starters, the feel of the top is quite nice. I'm a little bit worried about how short it is, but let's try it on and see how it looks. And this is what it looks like. Actually, I'm definitely going to be keeping this one, and I'm glad that I actually picked an extra large because the fit is quite perfect. You're supposed to have a bit of a loose kind of feel going on for it. And again, it feels quite well made, and I think this is another great piece for summertime. Now we're going to finish up with the tops before we move on to the dress. And here we've got another tank top for 47 RMB. Again, very affordable pricing. And it's got a bit of a neat look and feel to it. Let's see how it looks. Okay, and here we are. I'm not actually too sure about this one. It is quite well made, and it looks exactly like it did in the photo, but I do think I could have gone a size bigger than what this one is. But never mind, we've got some more tops to try on. All right, so we've got two more short sleeve tops here, and we're going to see the difference because this one was a lot more affordable. These ones were 190 for both, so they're a little bit more costly. Ooh. All right, we've got a black one, and I'm really excited about this one actually, and a white one. So this is just a very simple top. Let's try this one on first. And this is what it looks like. I'm actually in love with this top. I love the details here and here. It's really, really pretty, and it might be really hard to appreciate through the camera, but again, it's got that neat quality to it, and yeah, it's gorgeous. I think it was definitely worth the extra price. And I think this one also comes in a pink that I'm gonna have to get as well. And this is the white one. We're nearly done. We've got 3 more packages to go. We've got one more top here, and then we'll move on to the next set and the dress. And here we've got the next top. This one was 99 RMB, and I've gone with a long sleeve. So we've got a good selection of block colors in both long and short sleeve. And this feels really nice and soft, and it's quite stretchy as well. Let's try it on. And this is what it looks like. Again, we got perfect length on the sleeves, fantastic quality, and I think it looks quite nice with these jeans. In case you're wondering, these are from Uniqlo, and I love them. Make sure you get them. All right. As for this one, this is our second last set, and this was only 48 RMB, and I'm going to show you something funny. It actually says Kids Tales. This is from a kids retail store. And the reason why I purchased this is because I've been buying these sets for Eva for the past 1.5 years, and they're super comfy, they wear really well, and they're nice and soft cotton. So it's basically a t-shirt with a pair of shorts. And I noticed that they also came in adult sizes, so I thought to give it a try. Let's quickly put it on and see if it was a good purchase for that price. All right, and here we are. this is what it looks like. It's very comfy. So the shorts are a little bit loose here, but that's fine. I think these are perfect, and I like the length as well. They go quite down the thigh, and the t-shirt is nice, loose and comfy. So I think it's all you need when you're looking for a comfortable set of shorts and t-shirt. And they do come in so many other colors. So we might need to get a few more for the summer. So another great purchase. And now let's try out this dress that I've been trying to try on for the last half an hour. So this one was 203 RMB. Again, this one was one of the more costly items. It had amazing reviews. The pictures were to die for. So let's put it on right now. Okay, so first look and feel, it looks incredible. So I hope that it looks really good on as well. And it's kind of like a mix of black and white and grey. And it's got a little knot detail here that I guess is supposed to just, you know, help hide any belly flaws if, you know, if you've got a bit of a mummy belly going on like I do. Let's try it on. And this is what it looks like. I love this dress. I think this was absolutely worth the purchase. I love the detail here and the way that the dress falls. It is really nice and soft, and honestly it fits perfectly. It also comes in a black, which unfortunately it's out of stock because I would have definitely got that if they had that one instead of this grey one, but no complaints. I think this is an awesome outfit. Can't wait to wear it. So please let me know in the comment section below if you enjoy this video and if you would like to see more videos like this. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out, and I'll see you on the next one.